Here's our new spray rig. We got it on a lighter vehicle. We're at a golf course today, so we needed a lighter vehicle to come out on the golf course. We weren't totally impressed with this build. We had to do a lot of work on it yesterday to get it ready. And then they built in a backfeed. We wanted a dedicated water, and it's possible to backfeed into the water. So we're gonna probably take this handle off because we don't want to contaminate our water ever. There's just no reason for it to go back into the water. So at any rate, but we got a nice 20 horsepower motor. We can shoot up into 80-foot trees. So this is BTK sprays that we're doing this morning. And we got both trucks out. The big truck can get in this area here. Here's our swap loader. This is a wood truck when we want it to be. And today Brandon's gonna be using it for spraying. So we've got a spray rig in there. We've got a 1/2-inch hose and a 3/4 inch hose. And we've got two 225 gallon tanks in here. And a that hurt. That just hurt. Holy mackerel. That hurt.
All right.
Yeah, we got a bruise. So yeah, we got a 325 gallon tank right there in back, two 225s. So we're all topped off. And we mix in the front one. The two 225s are both mixer potential. So you can have two different kinds of product on the truck. We're kind of dedicated to BTK today. So we got BTK and a sticker product that's in there. And then that's a dedicated water tank. So that cannot backfeed. Nothing can backfeed into the water tank. So I like it that way. We're gonna have to modify our other one to make sure we can't do that. But all right, we're gonna get some gypsy moths. So let's look at these. Man, I have a bruise. That is for sure. Holy mackerel, there's an injury. So here's our egg masses. And we should be able to find a caterpillar crawling around here. We've had a hatch. So you can see, let's try to get up close here. Where's that? Where's that mat that I'm looking at? There it is. So you can see the holes in it. They've emerged out of there. And they're gonna be fairly small. There's a bunch of them. So this is week 1. We're spraying this week. And then we'll spray next week again. This BTK spray is only effective in the first to the third instars. There's 5 instars. Those are stages, life cycle stages. And you got to get them in the first to the third. Otherwise, they're too robust and it doesn't affect them. What the BTK does, it's a bacterium that affects their digestive system. and so it binds them up and they die. Look at the numbers here. These are all last year's pupa. That's crazy. There's a lot of them. So they had pretty good defoliation here last year. So I can see Brandon, he's got a 200-foot hose. He's almost out completely on the bottom one. He's got about 15 more feet. So he's going to be able to hit that far tree there. You got about 10 more feet. Yeah, I just broadcast that. Oh, man. My feet slipped out on those rocks and I went to my hip right on a rock. That was crazy. Beautiful morning. This is like the perfect spray morning. No wind, absolutely calm. So now he's gonna light up the motor. Make sure his valves are set, so he's pulling out of the correct tank. You wanna make sure your valves are all open when you start the motor. Otherwise you dead end your diaphragms on your pump. It's a little cold this morning. Get her warmed up. Turn up the pressure. We got low wind, so we can run some pretty high pressure. So we're getting to the top of that. We're averaging just under 10 gallons a tree. So he can kind of get it to drift through the tree. I'm gonna get out of the way because he's gonna blast this tree. You can see it. It'll mist up and it'll get to the top of the tree. Probably can't see it on here, but I can see it. It's going right up there. Here to get the back side of that I was standing here and this rock slipped out and I went down. Like my feet went out and my butt hit one of these rocks here. I got a bruise on the gluteus maximus. Good thing I'm in shape. Let's see if we can't find a caterpillar crawling around. They are feeding already. Look at those devils. They're on there. To try to zoom up. There's one right there. Can't zoom in close enough. There's a little devil right there. But you can see the holes in the leaves. So these little devils have only been out a couple days. And look at them go. So in a very short time, they're going to be feeling sick. Pretty good. There's a little guy right in there, chomping away. Guy right up there. There's a little guy right in the middle of the screen. Here at Lodi Golf Course doing some BTK sprays for Gypsy Moth Caterpillar, and Brandon's behind me there shooting some trees, and yeah, Spongy Moth. The gypsies were offended, so we gotta officially call them Spongy Moth. But so they hatched just a few days ago. And I can see they're already feeding well on these trees. So this is a bacterium, BTK. I won't attempt to pronounce it right now. It interrupts their digestive system. Now we've been getting some rain here too, which can propagate a fungus that does this to their digestive system as well. So with the amount of rain that we've had this year, hopefully we get a good amount of that playing a role as well. Because with any treatment, it's a reduction. You know, you don't get 100% kill. with this, but we're gonna get solid kill. I mean, they're feeding right now, and we're putting it on the tree. So today they're gonna start having troubles, and then next week we're gonna come out and spray a second application. So with this application, we've got a sticker that's in the product that hangs on the leaf, you know, so if we get a little rain tomorrow, it's not necessarily washing all this off. And we're spraying from underneath, so we're on the bottom side of the leaf, which is where the caterpillars often feed, is on the bottom side of the leaf. And so you don't get, you know, a full wash off with a rain, which is good in this application. But then next week we'll spray again. So we'll have 2 applications within the first 3 instars of life cycle of the caterpillar. And that's what it has to be. As they get larger, there's no effect. And so this has to be an early set. So we've been watching for the hatch. Bridal wreath is an indicator plant that we use when that starts to bloom. But we had plenty of clients out there saying, hey, we got a hatch. So we had lots of eyes on this. People are very interested in not having the problem they had last year. Spongy moth is something, if you've ever had it, you know you had it, and it didn't please you. There's an eek factor to spongy moth. They're just creepy, they're crawly, you know, all of that. And in high numbers, they'll just like congregate on your screens, you know, like screens like this. You know, you'll see them all down in here. It's just sick. And these trees out here were almost defoliated last year. So very necessary to spray. We've got all day today that they'll be spraying. Looks like we got a great day for sprays. And we've got Baraboo, City of Baraboo, we're doing a big park there, and a number of clients there as well, residential clients that had a large infestation in a forested neighborhood. So here he's pulling forward. Kind of subtly dragging the hose a little bit. And then we'll finish up here. So he's going to be off to Baraboo, and I got to go do some estimates here. So for those of you that are missing out on this spray, we can still do a systemic. Lepitect is a product we utilize where we can do a soil drench around the base of the tree, and it's very effective at reducing the population of spongy moths. So if you are interested in controlling spongy moth and you're missing out on this spray opportunity, and we don't spray in town, you know, around houses and cars. It just, the tacking agent we have in there messes up cars. We end up paying for car washes and stuff like that. So we learned our lessons 10 years ago on spraying in neighborhoods. So we don't spray in neighborhoods, but we have Lepitect to apply in those situations. So if you have a select number of trees in your yard and you want to reduce the population of gypsy moth, you know, give us a call. We can help you out. Game of Trees. We're having fun.
Playing the game of trees.